time. I was like, I'm not doing a solo entry. We're all here together, folks. Whole crew. Woo!
We're all here.
Here. Drink so far, I promise. I haven't been drinking that much yet. I promise. I know it sounded like that was a very energetic intro. So
we're just excited.
Back together again.
I know, right?
Swag.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was really expecting something else to happen with your shirt just then.
No, I'm only wearing one shirt this week, so it's not coming. I'm not doing any stripping. Sorry, I'm not drinking that much.
I thought you were gonna show what you were gonna help us understand that whole thing about there was like some sort of like honey cake, and then like people jump out of it or something.
Okay. That sounds like episode 1000 type party.
Jordan
there we go.
Thing.
That's a Jordan Con thing. That's a Malkier kind of thing. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. See? There we go. Figured it out. Tigraine, welcome back after your extended rating.
Thanks for having me back. I'm good. How are you doing?
You have a permanent slot. What do you mean having you back? You are an established part of the show.
Once a foldie, always a foldie.
Yeah. And Wise One Shelly, are you coming to us from the past right now with your
I'm coming to you from the 1970s.
Ooh, groovy.
We do have a little bit of a Brady Bunch situation happening right here.
We definitely do.
Yeah, we needed to put up all blue backgrounds.
Next time.
Well, I mean, I'm halfway there already with the blue background.
Yeah,
so,
I think this filter that I'm playing with has a blue background.
I can change colors.
Riss? No.
The night is young.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Oh, there we go. Shelly is now blue. Look at that. I love it.
Wow.
And Melindhra, you've brought a friend with you tonight, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. It's a special night, and I needed the extra long spear.
Nice. Excellent stats.
That is the spear. There's a spear that inspired all those GIFs of you.
Yeah.
That very one.
If we're reliving the past, remember? Yay! I did that a few times. Ashendare is like so pretty. I like to give it air anytime it needs time.
Beth is playing a game tonight. She wants to see how many times Shelly's face mirrors this emoji. We might have a video that does that.
What?
Oh no!
We've got lots of videos tonight, folks. But we'll talk about that in a second. Rufus Leigh-A, how are you today?
I am doing well.
Good.
Very happy to be here. Very happy that this arrived today.
Yes.
Got home from work and had packages. I was like, oh, please be my threefold merch, because this would just be so perfect. And it was. So I quickly upcycled it into a nice little 80s type tank top.
I love it.
So,
Hot.
I love it.
Looking brilliant.
It's awesome.
And Bain&Chiad is classing us all. Just look at that. You are on fire tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I didn't have my swag. Well, the only swag that came was the mug. I don't have my pom-pom beanie or my t-shirt yet, so I decided I would go full bisexual party mode and put on my blazer and do the hair thing, and yeah, I'm celebrating.
Looking fabulous, as everybody is. This is
fabulous.
This is amazing. Yes, I'm loving it. So it's been 6 months since we started doing this. Can we believe that?
No.
That's mad. Just 6 months. This was just a, hey, we'll let's do a show. Let's have some fun, play some games, and then it became this, and we had our first guest experience yesterday as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Myself, Bain&Chiad, Wise One Shelly, and Melindhra all snuck over to the Will Reads podcast. Some of us far later than expected. Bain&Chiad was sensible and cut out at the 2 hour mark. And the rest of us were like, no, we're in it for the long haul. And yeah, it was midnight before the recording finished, which was particularly bad for everybody. But it was 5 a.m. for me. It was midnight for Shelly. You know? It was like
Oh,
a lot of
wow.
tired heads today. But it was a great show, I have to say. It's a lot of fun.
It was.
That
fun.
sounded like our Reading Rainbow sound.
That did. And I've just
Sorry.
realized we have no music
our
playing in the
music.
background.
That's my ringtone phone.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh, nice.
But I mean, I feel, do we need to change music?
I like that music. It's really
Yeah.
soothing.
We'll have that. I did write off to StreamYard and I'd be like, hey, we need to be putting our own music in there. So, but this is good fun. So,
Is that Asmodean playing?
possibly.
We did have a very long discussion about Asmodean's skills yesterday. Yeah, especially
Yes, we did.
in relationship to his ability to pluck.
Yes, his plucking.
Oh,
ability.
I was. You know what? I was right there with you. As soon as you said that, I was like, I think I know what she's referring to.
Yes. People are very happy that we decided to mess around, and then 6 months later we're here. So, you know how crazy we are? We've already talked about what we would do for our 100th episode, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, obviously.
Oh no, Nelly.
But considering this is episode 26, this is how much we plan, people. Say that, and then we don't really plan what we're doing each week that much.
That's why the first 10 minutes of us is just being like, so 6 months, eh?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Surprise, we didn't actually plan anything. We're just
No.
We're just
Yeah,
gonna
we're
sit
just
here
gonna-
and say
we're just
6
gonna-
months over and over
And
again.
slowly
Yeah.
get drunk.
Yes.
I did take tomorrow off because I just figured, why tempt fate?
Yeah.
I love that spirit. That is the right attitude to go
And
into
I
this with.
thoroughly was honest with all my bosses about it. It was just like, no, I have a 6-month anniversary podcast tonight, and we're getting the working hard, and I just don't think you want me to work tomorrow. I appreciate that.
There we go.
I would have given you a 4-day weekend hearing that.
yeah.
Can
just
you
for
be
the
one of
honesty.
our bosses?
It's called work-life balance.
Right, exactly.
I love it.
There we go. See, you need that balance. I love what they're talking about in chat here. So Jess is they're agreeing with the Asmodean. He had great plucker. Chief Voldy is here saying deft fingers.
Oh no.
Can you please? So they reckon that it's a big question. Where did I see it? Can Asmodean find North Harbour was the big question apparently. Yeah, there we go. Better question. Can Asmo find North Harbour?
Bars typically are really good at that, so I think the answer is yes. That he would be able to find North Harbor. He'd also be able to find Dragonmount.
Yeah, there we go. So if you want the full details on that, you'll have to listen Tuesday after next to to listen to that full recording. It was a lot of fun. So. You know, if you run a show out there and you want us to come and be guests on your show and you want some chaos that is the best kind, you know, you just need to hit us up because, yeah. Now, Beth's like, would you let Asmodean find North Harbour?
Oh, God, no.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to start the show off nice and strong, and we're just going to have a nice little piece of butt rock to start us off with, just because it's 6 months and we need to have some butt rock.
Warm it up.
Ramen rattles everywhere.
I think we have
put
some
in chat.
news to share, though, right?
We do have some news to share. So it's a Daily Veil just about us this week, but you know, I'm going to play the intro anyway because we like the intro.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of things to announce. Spear brothers and sisters, it is time to cover up your face, for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it. This is the Daily Veil. I forget the music plays in the background, but you can't hear it anyway, so it's fine. It's like the banner going across the bottom of the screen. It doesn't disappear when you play the video, but I'm like, I can't bother to like put it down and cover it up. Right. So, firstly, we ran a competition last week. So I'm doing a convention in September, Malkier, and we did. One of my patrons, Jessica, who's in chat, Jessica Sedai, decided to donate a ticket. Very, very kind. Much G. So rum and rattle for Jess. So we had a ticket to give away, and to win the ticket, all you had to do was tell us the answer to a question. And the question was, let me bring up the picture for you. And the question was, ladies and gents, where is it? Here it is. What was Melindhra's favorite wingmate of time? And if you don't know what that is, our Bain&Chiad writes for thegreatblight.com, and she does a top 10 every week. And last week she did wingmates of time, and we talked about which ones were our favorite, and Melindhra picked one, and you had to tell us which one that was. Melindhra, which one did you pick?
I picked her number 7, where Matt backs up Egwene.
Yes.
Exactly. Number 7.
So yeah, we had a few people tweeting it out. I got a few DMs and such. So, ladies, how do Aiel draw names like this? I know how a Wetlander would do this, but how would an Aiel pick a name if you had to run something like this? I've got visions of you throwing knives or spears or something.
Well,
I'm not sure.
As the roof mistress, because I always need to make sure that the clan chief feels like he's involved, so I write whatever answers that are options on pieces of paper and then have him choose one. And of course, because it can't always be important decisions, because then they'll freak out. Sometimes it's just innocuous questions. Got to keep him on his toes about. And he doesn't know what the question is. He just picks up the piece of paper and gives me the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, over in the Shadowlands, what we do when we're trying to pick someone is we fill a pit full of 2-steps, just like completely to the top. But we only actually put one 2-step in, or one non-2-step snake in. All the rest are 2-steps. So whoever doesn't die from grabbing the snakes out of the pit is the winner.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I would go with the Wetlander version, which is put all the names in a hat. I know you don't wear hats, you have veils, but I have a hat. This is a Wetlander hat. It's upside down, so that's why it looks weird, because it's full of names. So I'm going to draw a name out.
Can you have a rooster draw the name out?
Next time.
All right.
Wetlanders make no sense.
Rattle roll.
All right, here we go. I'm shaking it around. And the winner is a free ticket to Malkier goes to Lucy. Lucy the PT Terrier or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Christine's pets account that she uses.
Oh, so Christine won a free.
Yeah, so Christine won.
Christine won the tickets.
The pet gets to come. Christine's pet.
Yeah, the pet gets to go.
Yeah,
Way to go, pet!
Lucy's lovely. I can attest to this. So
Okay,
I love that
wonderful.
Lucy travel.
What kind of pet is Lucy?
She is a Jack Russell Terrier, and she is a great cuddler at night.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
She actually she manages to like kick you out of bed though. So she's one of those cuddlers.
Works you to the edge. Fair enough.
I didn't know you
Cuddle
were
so
a
hard
furry.
you fall off.
Mhm.
Melindhra.
What did I miss?
Did I miss a meluendo?
I just said I
Yes.
didn't know she was a furry.
I'm not the furry. I just with the furry.
Oh wow.
That
Okay.
didn't come off any better, did it?
So Lucy,
Nope.
Lucy, send me your furry mail, and we will we'll sort out the ticket for you. So, thank you again, Jessica, for that. All right, we're going to stay on the Malkier theme for just a second because I have a confirmed guest coming to us in September. This is very exciting. It's I'm working on multiple guests, but this one, this person approached me, which was also well. I'm just excited about this, so I don't know if I'm going to word it right. But anyway, folks, this is our first guest for Malkier. So if you want to come and join us in September, this is one of the people you'll get to see. So I'm not going to tell you who it is. You just get to watch the adverts. So
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, I was like,
I was just
No.
like,
I'm like,
No.
if Daniel Henney pops up on this screen.
Yeah. So here's
oh my
yes.
god.
Bosh. No, not that one. Bosh. There we go.
Yeah.
wait,
Don't lie to
Wait.
me, Rob.
wait, I'm
No.
confused.
What does that mean?
Don't
No,
don't
What does that
Daniel-
actually mean?
tease me like this.
Well, I haven't got confirmation. That doesn't mean he might not turn up, obviously. So,
Oh my God.
manifesting.
Wait, is Daniel
manifesting.
Henney coming or not?
No, he's
This
not.
little heart cannot take what you're doing to it right now, Rob.
Yeah.
If
No,
you said
Daniel-
yes, I feel like your ticket would instantaneously triple.
Yes.
What you sold already.
Daniel Henney is not coming to MalkierCon currently. That doesn't mean that I'm not, trying to invite people from the TV show to come. And it doesn't, just manifesting. That's all that was. So, but no, this is the actual first confirmed guest from MalkierCon. I feel like I've amped it up way too much now. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
Throw the video.
roll the video. Here you go. Yes, folks, Wave the Heron will be coming to MalkierCon in September. It's just Jim. Dylan, unfortunately, had a prior booking at another convention, D&D one, I believe. And he's very sad he can't make it. But yes, Jim will be coming. We will be having an actual class held by Jim during the convention. So you'll be able to come and take actual sword lessons from Jim, who is qualified to teach. Just in case anyone doesn't know who Jim is.
Ah, swords.
Yes.
Could he do
I
a
might
sword?
actually pick up a sword just for this.
I think he can do spears as well. But yeah,
That's good.
swords is
That's
what he
so
does.
cool.
They're
Congratulations.
so awesome. They are amazing. I've been
Yeah.
following them on Instagram forever, and they're just so cool.
They're very cool. I love that. There goes my insurance budget. I'm not gonna lie. When I sit down with a hotel and be like, "Oh, so these are some of the things I'm putting on," it's going to be described as a medieval reenactment, and there will be no actual swords. For two
I like
reasons.
that
Sorry, go.
it's
Shelley.
just legit LARPing now. Like
Yeah.
we're just layering on the nerd.
Just,
Indeed.
just
But there's two reasons for describing it like that. Firstly, because can you imagine going to the hotel? So I've got a guy coming with swords. And secondly,
Okay, he knows how to use them.
this is true. Secondly, Jim has enough trouble traveling to actual events where he uses real swords for competitions and such. He has enough issues traveling those, let alone trying to take some kind of like setup for training across from Ireland to here. So he will not be bringing real swords. We will not have real swords at the events, but we will have appropriate props for people to use and take lessons. So yeah, I'm really excited to have
Training
that. Actually.
swords.
Training swords, yes. So yeah, everyone in chat, like people. How many tickets are going to be there? Eben, there are. There's still plenty. There's still over 100 tickets available. So there's plenty of space left. It's only been a couple of weeks, so
It would be funny if he had nothing but like wrapping paper tubes.
So Jim teaches lessons, folks. If you're not aware, go to just Google Way of the Heron. You'll find them very, very quickly. But Jim teaches lessons. Jim and Dylan, they do it online, and someone actually uses. He told me a wooden spoon, because at the end of the day, all he's trying to get right is the hand motions and the arm movements. He's not striking anybody, so it doesn't matter that his quote sword is the length of a wooden spoon that you have in your kitchen. And some people are just using random sticks and all sorts of things. So it's more about the movement of your arms and your hands than wielding the actual weapon. So, but yeah, Go check him out if you haven't already, folks. And if you're able, come to MalkierCon. All you got to go is malkiertalks.com, and you will find everything there. So that's it. I don't think there's any other news. It's all me this week, so I'm being greedy. Right, what should we do first, ladies?
Do you have for YouTube now? Are we close to 1,000?
No, not close to 1,000 yet. I still, I need to go look 1 second. I am still at 820 subscribers. Wait, 819. So I lost one apparently. Let's go in the wrong direction, folks.
The flower segment scared them off.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know why Mel's laughing.
Well, he was talking about how, the length of your stick didn't matter. And it was
all about the
more
hand
about,
movements.
it was all about the movements and the quality of the movements, and I
Not
have
about
the
the length.
maturity level of a 12-year-old. So,
I'm honestly surprised you didn't say something.
well, I didn't want to interrupt him. So I just held it in, and Shelly laughed too.
We had a moment.
You should have done some
We had a
maiden hand
moment.
talk.
That was happening.
did.
There was hand facing down here in our little corner of just innuendo. That's
Nice.
That's what we
There's
do.
only so many spear jokes we can make on the show. So sometimes we just have to laugh at them in our head.
I don't know. I think the more spears, the better.
Chief Foldy is being very kind. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go and do that, folks, I'm not going to say no, because that would be amazing. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, but I love this. Jess in response to Mel, so a respectful 12-year-old at least. It's great. All right,
Mama taught me right.
where shall we start, ladies? What do you want to do? Should we do some Gia joke with Schitt's Creek, or shall I play a video, or shall we get? Oh, we
Let's
should
start
tell the
with the-
Foldies. We'll do a video, but Foldies, by the way, we're doing like a drunk Ask Me Anything. So this is like a Foldy hosted Fear the Spear. You get to ask us questions. We do have the right to veto, so you can't go around and be like, Rob, what's your shoe size? But go nuts otherwise. So
What's your shoe size?
wait, did I get the face out of Shelley for that one?
That's
Not quite.
not personal.
So personal.
So yeah, chat. Ask us anything you want. Jordan Martin's gently, ever so gently.
Yes.
So gently.
Jordan has
coincidentally,
started
I
us off well.
I think I have that GIF actually. No, I don't.
I think
Yeah,
do
I
not
do
have that
too.
GIF.
We do.
I
No,
think-
no,
No?
I didn't download that GIF. I put that GIF in the chat and then didn't download it.
how do you not? That's important
I know. 1 second, I will.
because it's the age-old question. It's like what's the answer to life, the universe, and everything? It's
Yeah.
that, and then how do you fold in the cheese? I mean,
You
they're
folded the
right,
cheese. There we go.
right next to each other.
Oh, well, she says
Cute.
okay. I am dead.
That's the question, Beth.
But we've got more show left. You can't die yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I am dead
Hang
as
on.
well.
Hang
Okay.
on, Beth.
Yeah, hang on. All right, which video
Oh,
do you
heal
want?
her.
Which video? Do you want a fun
Just
video?
pick
start
one.
by
Just
honoring
pick
the
one,
Foldies.
Rob.
Fun video.
Surprise us. We haven't
Should we
seen them.
start honoring the Foldies first? Because we wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah, let's do. Okay, Foldies, I teased this in the Discord server earlier today. So you, if you want to get notifications like that, you need to go to join the Discord server, and you can get the Foldy roll, folks. There's a special Foldy roll, which is hot pink, which is the appropriate color, obviously. But yeah, we made a little tribute video for you. And the ladies trawled through previous shows, and we found some of the most hilarious things you have said to us in chat, and we decided we would share them with you back. So a little Foldy tribute for you now, folks. I had to
so
finish with that
good.
comment.
You guys broke Shelly.
I broke Shelly. Yay!
That was awesome, Rob. You did such a good job
Oh my
with that.
It was a lot of fun, that one.
You-
That
Are you
was
okay, Shelley?
priceless.
No.
I love it. When it got to like the faster bit, when I was into like our actual intro section, I started to put the really funny ones because they're just like there for a nanosecond. There was one Marisu put in the comment about the noise that turtles make while they're having sex and how she recognized it. And it was like, yes! Oh my god! I can't even remember how that came up in chats. Like we were talking about turtles or
It's
something.
the dragon.
Sound effects.
Yeah, it was the dragons on Game of Thrones.
Game of
that other
Thrones.
show.
Oh, right.
There
That's
we
right.
go. Here we go. Chat's catching up now. This is
So we just decided that so much of this show is everything that everyone in chat does and helps to make it what it is. And so we had a fantastic time going back through all of the past videos and pulling out our favorites and making a compilation like that, because we got to go back and take a trip down memory lane. It feels like it's been a whole lot longer than 6 months, and a lot has happened since then, and it was really great to go back and find all those things. Thank you all for making this show what it is. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you, Mel, for suggesting that we do this.
Great idea.
So Mel was the spearhead of this particular part of tonight because she set up the form. She trawled through 3 or 4 or 5 shows by herself, and then the other ladies picked up and did a few shows too, so we can try and get through as many as possible. She sat there watching them at ×2 speed just to see all the comments. So I thank you for that, because all I had to do was they gave me a list of comments and I put it together. So, my job on that was very easy, and I appreciate that. But yeah, glory to the folders, as Hybrid Havoc has just said in chat.
So we did have 2 questions.
There are questions.
And we will kind of go around and talk about that tonight because we're all doing Usquai tasting. But the other was, what is everyone's favorite cheese?
Where's that one? I did see something about cheese somewhere.
That's an important question.
Ooh.
Cheese is close to my
Manchego.
That's a hot topic.
Too hard. Next.
I think I have the bougiest answer. There is a truffle pecorino that is sold at the market near me, and I know you're laughing at the pecker part of that. No, truffles with peppers.
Everything's fine.
They do so dirty. But man, that cheese is freaking good. It's so good. It's Italian.
Wow.
Are you making fun of Italian words?
No, I'm laughing at just Mel being like, it's fine. Anyone else have a favorite cheese?
I really like a fine Ilianer string cheese.
Do you make them into the little dancing dudes?
It's my favorite.
Oh, that's great.
Does the Ilianer string cheese have honey embedded in it?
Not that I've seen. I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like this is a trap for the Shido.
It's a trap. Let's see. My favorite kind of cheese. Actually, there's this kind of cheese that is infused with Merlot. It's called I don't remember the name of it, but it's got like Merlot infused in the cheese. It's a white cheese, and it's just like super tasty. Man, I'm
Sounds
gonna
very
have to look
Wetlandery.
Toscano? Is it a Toscano?
No, it's like
I've had a Merlot Parmesan before, like a Merlot Rhine Parmesan, and that was really good.
I'm gonna have to use my it's the Bella Vitano. It's a Bella Vitano Merlot. Yeah, it's really good. It's like a creamy white. semi-soft cheese, but it's got all of those, like all of the different flavor profiles.
I figured you would have wanted a
and
firm
pastas.
cheese.
Listen, you don't have to only have one favorite cheese.
That's what I said.
How many favorite cheeses can you have?
All of them.
I was gonna say, how many can you put on one plate? All
Infinite
of them.
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it such a thing
How
as too
big
much
is
cheese?
your mouth?
I think someone made a joke someone made a comment about can't get good Canadian cheeses, and 100% disagree. There's a
that was that
cheese-
Jordo? Did I see?
That was
There it
Jordo.
is.
Quebec cheese called Sauvagine that is like, I don't know. I'm gonna get hot if I start talking about it. It's so good.
Is it butt rock hot?
It's butt rock hot.
Wow. That's some hot cheese.
It is
Saying a
really
lot.
damn good.
Must be good.
I also
Would
would
you
never
Would
like
you view that cheese in the sweat tent?
I mean, it's good enough to eat wherever you want.
Wow.
The nice
Perfect.
wine with the cheese and the sweat tent. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I also would never object to a really good squeaky cheese. Like cheese curd is just
Cheese curds are amazing.
it's so good. It's like, I mean, it's very, non fancy, but it's delicious, and the way it squeaks in your mouth and all of that. It's just good. It's good stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Uh,
we can still more comments, chat. Sorry if we missed your
The-
question.
The
You can
chat,
throw it up
I
again.
can't even.
Yeah. Chad is just like going wild right now.
Yes, Glenn, this conversation is cheesy.
Yes, the conversation is cheesy
Uh,
indeed.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was the low hanging fruit on that one.
There was a question about Usquai, wasn't there? What are we drinking?
That wasn't really a Gouda joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't really a Gouda joke. Yeah, I mean, I have a Gouda joke. In fact, I have multiple jokes about cheese. In all honesty, I mean, if you want one,
No,
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I feel like
We
that's
talked
to be
about cheese enough.
expected.
We got lots
Okay.
to talk about tonight.
I have one that I'm particularly fond of though, and I feel like I need to share because
Okay,
it's
share it.
Do it.
it's a joke that requires a visual aspect to it. And you'll see why in a second. Okay. Your faces right now are brilliant. Okay. What does a piece of cheese say after it's done some magic?
What?
Ta-da! And it doesn't work unless you've got the jazz hands. So
I might steal that.
Mm-hmm.
you need the jazz hands.
Leia's out.
Leia's like, I'm done.
Stealing,
Goodbye.
I'm stealing your
Anyway, there was a question about drinking as well, wasn't there? So I'm going to kick off the drinking. I am apparently getting fancy tonight. So I have, if I spin it around, there we go, a rhubarb and ginger gin. That's what I'm drinking tonight. And I thought I would get fancy as fuck. And I have elderflower tonic to go with it. So yes.
That
Yeah.
sounds really
That's
good.
so fancy.
I know. So thank my boss who bought it for me as a Christmas present. So thank you, Steve. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Man.
Did your boss recommend the pairing of the elderflower and the rhubarb gin?
No, I just went to the supermarket earlier and I thought I need some tonic for this. And I saw it and I was like, I'm going with that. So yeah, it's just top it up now.
I don't think the stores in the Threefold Land sell elderflower tonic. That's it's not a thing that I've ever seen.
It requires a lot of rain,
It does.
from my understanding.
And elderflower kind of tastes like soap to me.
Ah,
Interesting.
feel
Like the
bad.
cilantro thing?
Yeah, it's like lavender. Just if you want me not to eat your food, put lavender or elderflower or.
Well, I will take all that so you don't have to eat it.
Thank you.
So when you guys lick your elders, do they also taste like soap, or do they taste like other things?
Depends if it's
Lick-
bath day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Because yeah, mine taste different.
Mm.
right.
But,
Anyone else want to tell us what they're drinking?
everybody does that, right? Everyone.
No.
That's a thing in the Shido lands. Do you have?
I think it's a Shido
I think
thing.
it's a Shido
Lick
thing.
your elder.
Yeah.
Lick your elder day. That's
You
like
know,
it's one of the feast
held in
days.
power.
The feast days.
Yeah.
Are you part Trolloc? One of the feast
No,
days.
it's very important. It's how we, show respect, stab you in the heart, lick you, that's how lick your elder. No, it's not a
Okay.
thing.
Not a
The
thing.
rest of the
Nope.
All right.
Cool.
We have another question in chat from Hybrid Havoc. Has the show evolved or changed in any surprising ways since you started? So, I mean, I was surprised that it started because I was, organizing a single episode of a show that I'd previously done. So that was the surprising bit for me. But ladies,
I think it's cool that we're getting invited onto other shows now. Like when people are talking about Aiel stuff, they want us to be there. Some of y'all were on the Wheel Reads last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shelly, I believe we got an invite to the Way of the Leaf.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I don't know if all of us can go, but at least you'll be there
I will be
representing.
there.
there's two invites to the Way of the Leaf, isn't there? You've been invited this weekend.
Oh yeah,
for
we're
Aiel stuff.
doing watching area.
Watch.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not necessarily all of us, because I think they only have 4 captains, but
I from going back through all the videos, one of the things that struck me was how our all of our inside jokes that we've all developed have kind of like come so organically from just happening in the show, and they've just become themes like all of the things that we talk about, like butt rock and foldies and and pretty much anything that's come up has just been something that's that's just like been something someone random has says, either someone in the chat or something we said, and then it's become just kind of like a celebrated, repeatable part of the show. And I think like we've created traditions where there weren't traditions before, and I think that's really kind of beautiful and cool, and it wouldn't happen if we weren't doing this in this kind of live format where everyone was kind of feeding off each other and playing with each other, and there's so much great embrace of chaos that in this show that I love, and it's great.
Yeah.
That was such a nice answer.
Yeah, I can't add to that.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Thanks.
Love it. Okay. Feel free to ask more questions, folks. Should we do a couple of Schitt's Creek characters?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Did we want to
Okay.
do one or two what we're drinking tonight, and then do some
Oh
more?
yes. Does anyone else want to do what they're drinking, and then we'll do some Schitt's Creek. We're playing this very much by ear tonight, folks. So if we're like, what should we do next? It's because we didn't pick a schedule.
I'm boring with my drink, so someone else should share theirs.
Well, now I want to know though.
Yeah, tell us.
Like a true Aiel, I am just drinking water right now.
Wow.
Respectable.
Where did you find water?
So smart.
If you have water as an option, you gotta take it sometimes. You know.
Must be from the really fancy part of the Threefold Lands.
I mean, the tar dad, so
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, I need keeping in line, according to Kari.
Are we?
Kari
I
says-
hope you've got that reversed, Ari.
Calling you up,
Yeah.
and then occasionally you'll make up with it with some G's. So
yeah.
I mean, I can go. I found this. It's a butter tart liqueur. For those of you that don't know what butter tarts are, they are a Canadian treat. Imagine a pecan pie, only tart-sized and without pecans, and better tasting.
well, not like pecan pie then.
That's a butter tart. So I made, well, you guys saw me drinking first. I made an old fashioned with it. That was pretty good. I tried a bunch of different things. I have a whiskey sour that I'm going to try with it. And then just to do it straight, I was like, I better try it just on its own. So
Ooh.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Nice.
That
That is
sounds
very
delicious.
sweet. But good. It's like pie. If you made a pie into alcohol, that's what that would taste like.
That's
I'm
awesome.
down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
That is awesome.
Love it. Love it. All right. Which character would you like to start with?
Surprise us.
Surprise. All right, let's start with
So we're moving to G and Joke now?
yes, Stevie.
Yeah, should we explain the game?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, folks. Leigh-A, you explain what we're doing. I don't know. I'm just going to drink. I'm going to keep drinking.
We
Wait, wrong one.
use the show periodically, TV show or movie, and go through the characters and decide whether or not they would be Aiel, Wetlander. Sometimes we throw in other options. Rob does his innkeeper polls to see what chat thinks. So and tonight we have some gifts from Schitt's Creek because Schitt's Creek is just so giftable. And there's some of my favorite gifts, so got lots of gifts.
Yay. I love a good gift.
So,
Okay,
so Stevie, is that
Stevie.
who we're
we're going to start with
deciding if Stevie is Aiel or a Wetlander?
Yes.
I agree with Pavara. Totally Aiel.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Not that I'm disagreeing. I'm just curious why.
I just feel like she's really badass and she does what is necessary. She tells it like it is. But deep inside, she has a heart of gold.
Mm-hmm.
I also think she has Aiel humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think of all of the Schitt's Creek characters, she's the most Aiel.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this while you were pulling gifts out, and I was like, I was like, are any of them Aiel? Like, they're all, I don't know, but I think Stevie comes the closest, and she's like, she has a heart of gold, but she's also like crazy brave, you know, like thinking about.
When she perseveres so much, like she goes through so much shit, and just like she'll break down for a little bit, but then she's just right back at it.
Yeah.
And she puts up with all the Roses stuff. So
much resilience. Yeah. Yeah. She reminds me of Sulin dealing with Rand. You know?
That's that. All right. I like the she's a roof mistress from an ass.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a very good point because she does own the motel, so
Very much welcome her to the
Accurate.
ranks of roof mistress.
Yep.
we put in the options. Do we have any more arguments before I put the poll in chat? Nope. We're going definitely Aiel.
Anybody
All right.
think she's not Aiel?
No.
Does anybody want to get stabbed?
Always.
Well,
Oh, wait.
hey.
Sorry. Full what?
Wait, what is that?
A
Do you have a frying pan?
I'm going on Mr.
Nice.
Sluhan tonight.
Yes, Leigh-A.
That is totally roof mistress behavior right there. I love it.
And
I love it.
I've got several of them, and this is actually one of the smaller ones because I was like, oh god, if I get like one of the heavier ones, I might actually throw it at my computer. And
I still
Careful.
have my stabby equipment.
I don't know if I have anything.
Should we unsheath some
stabby
daggers?
stuff?
I don't have anything sharp. I have lipstick though.
Okay, that'll work.
I don't think I have
I
any.
could poke someone's eye out with it.
And I
I
yield
feel
got a
like
wine
Wolverine.
I got a wine stopper.
Oh, I have one of those too.
There we go.
Nice.
Shaiel, you've got your microphone.
There we
Yeah.
I got my microphone.
You could take.
I've got a
That's quite a girthy microphone.
I
you've
got a
Renee.
Seretta.
Oh,
there we
nice.
go.
You could
Very
stab
nice.
someone with the tusks. Yeah.
Okay. Chat is voting away. We've had people that have not picked Aiel. Ooh.
What is wrong with them?
So,
Get out.
Leigh-A is absolutely the bounce. I love that.
Yep.
This
My
is great.
aim hurt.
Wonderful. All right. Well, it's 89% saying Aiel, so no problems there. I think we're. Is there a secret knife in that lipstick? That's what they're asking Bain&Chiad. Is there a secret knife in that lipstick?
No,
Uppy.
she'll just kill you with gorgeousness. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Silvertooth had a really good point. A maiden can kill with any object, basically. So everything's a weapon.
There we go. Very good point. I need to go find that.
Yeah.
Where's that coming?
Okay, so if you had a tube of lipstick, what would your killing method of choice be with that particular piece?
Stabbing them in the eye.
Okay. Okay.
I would say
Anybody else?
vampire.
Question.
You would be a vampire essentially. You'd go in for like the neck kiss and then just rip their throat out.
Okay. Okay. So using the lipstick to like draw them in, draw in your victim. Got it. Okay. Anybody else?
Shorten.
Nice.
The long, slow death. Stuff it up their nose and then cover their mouth.
Stuff it up their nose. Okay. So asphyxiation via lipstick stick. Okay. Cool. Rob?
Nice.
Don't
Pass on
confuse the
Wetlander.
Wetlander. Don't confuse the Wetlander.
Well, you know, it's a foreign exchange
I would-
service that we're doing here. He's got
Throw it
a...
at them and blind them by hitting them in the eye.
Ooh, that is
I don't
very
know.
good aim. You should be in a circus.
This
don't know,
one's
I'm
kind of
thinking-
it's kind of bullet shaped. So
Yeah.
if
There you go,
I
yeah.
had what's the from the Age of Legends, the gun. It had
Oh,
a name,
the
didn't it?
Shock lance.
Shock
Shock
lance.
lance.
If I had a
Yeah.
shock lance, I could load it in that.
You could put that in a slingshot, and I bet it could take something out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or just throw it because we're that strong, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
Yes.
it.
Agreed. All right. Next person on the list. Why don't we do Roland?
Oh.
Definitely a Wetlander.
Who
The
has no
Wetlander.
idea what it means to be an Aiel, but it doesn't sound good, apparently. So
He does have the red hair, but not an Aiel.
Yeah, he's a Wetlander, I think.
Yeah, Wetlander.
A nice one, but a Wetlander.
He means
Probably
well.
from that weird country Andor. Because there's people with red hair from Andor.
Whoa.
I mean, let's be
All
honest.
right, you know what? We'll take Roland and Andor. That's fair. That's
I
fair.
feel like he's
He's
from
nice.
Fortins.
Well,
I
I
mean, he
think-
does redeem himself pretty well in the show. He does have quite the moment of awesome near the end. Not to
Yeah.
spoil it too hard for the people who haven't seen it, but
Riss here, like
I feel like
Don't punch his
I feel
creep,
like
I
I'm
know
a
that.
little
I think
torn
that's
on
so
this one because he could definitely fit in with my people.
he's kind of like he's a jack of all trades. He's kind of like if Androl wasn't suave. I feel like we might get Roland.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He kind of does
Okay.
a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very skilled. He might not be a warrior, but I would give him potential Aiel craftsman vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like a blacksmith or a farmer.
Well, let's not go as far as letting him be a blacksmith. Like that's crazy. But he could be like a weaver or he could
Weaver.
hang out in the hold and repair the roofs.
so he
He's like a
manages the
perpetual
guy shine
gay
then. There we go.
Important skill.
Not
there you go.
necessarily. I mean, there's craftspeople that are not blacksmiths, you know.
Mhm.
There's other
He
skilled
could be a
trades.
silversmith.
Jordan
Yeah.
says if he can be a mayor, he can be clan chief. Let's be
No.
honest. Is he really that
No.
effective a
No.
mayor?
No.
He's not allowed to go to Rodian. He couldn't handle it. Also, he would tell everyone.
Yeah,
Like he would
Yeah.
tell
he's
everyone
not good at
the
secrets.
He's a
whole
terrible
story.
liar.
No, he wouldn't get 4 votes to go to Rodian.
No.
No,
He's a gossip.
no.
All right.
That's the wise one I
Also,
can say. He ain't
also
going
the run down the mountain. He would just be like scalded red lobster flesh.
He also just wouldn't
Instantaneously.
really make it more than a quarter of a mile before he just like I can't anymore.
This is very
That
true.
is true.
Yeah.
He's very
Well,
soft.
Chad agrees. They're saying 88% in favor of him being a Wetlander,
Okay.
with 12% saying that he is Aiel. So, I think it might be time for another video.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 5 videos. So we asked you on Twitter to tell us your favorite moments from the show over the past 6 months, and we talked about a few ourselves, and we came up with 5 moments from the show that we thought were hilarious, incredible, heartwarming, various combinations thereof, and we decided that we would, get clips of those and then share them. So. Do we have a preference on which one we want, ladies?
No, they're all fantastic.
They
They're
are
all
all
equally
fantastic.
amazing.
They
Random.
are. Random. Okay. Let's go with this one then. So, folks, please enjoy the first of 5 videos that, our favorite moments or your favorite moments, or, so enjoy. This is number 1.
But
This is
I've had a lot of time to think about this. So
Then you should definitely start us off because
I
I am 100% prepared to also say things.
Yeah, I'm ready to BS my way through this, so I'll go last.
okay. Sounds good. All right. So I need to credit someone on Twitter for sort of starting me thinking about this. He goes by the name of @Ben_Grew. So thank you, Ben Grew. He asked me a while back what's my headcanon about what Bain&Chiad did with Gaul after the books ended. So I really liked how he put that, what we did with him. So he got me thinking, and here is my summarized version of what happened after A Memory of Light. So again, if you didn't already know, we are a full spoilers YouTube video. So if you haven't read up to A Memory of Light, you should stop watching. So spoilers, we all know Bain&Chiad end up as Gaul's Shane. So my headcanon is that they serve their year in a day as Shane. And during that time, Gaul and Bain really warm up to each other. So that was one of the reasons why there was tension, was because Gaul wanted to be with Chiad, but didn't really like Bain. So my idea is that they grow to really respect one another. Maybe Bain, gives Gaul an extra knife one day, to take into battle, and it saves his life. Something that really makes them connect more. And then when the year and the day is up, Gaul decides that he really wants to marry both of them. That he's accepted that they're first sisters, they're not going to split up. He will, commit to both of them. But the problem is neither of them want to give up the spear to marry him. So my thought is that Gaul will go to the wise ones and ask them for help. What should he do about this problem? And with their support, he will create the first all-gender warrior society. So anyone of any gender can join, and they also, in that particular society, can marry one another without giving up the spear. So they can be together and not give up the spear. So they start this society, and Gaul and Bain&Chiad are the founding members, and they are the first marriage to lay the bridal wreath at each other's feet. So it's a very equal ceremony. They both lay a wreath together, and then they and this warrior society sort of camp out in the Two Rivers and are part of supporting Aiel and parents there as sort of their bodyguards, but also enforcing the dragon's peace. And they live happily ever after and eat Mare and Elvir's honey cakes. And, Perrin and Gaul are besties, and it's, a happy ending for everyone.
Wow.
Thanks
Thanks for joining us.
Amazing.
Thanks for joining us at Threefold.
Oh, so sweet.
Ah, it's so good.
It's glorious.
I love
We were
that.
so young.
I genuinely was looking at the backgrounds and the outfit, and I was like, oh, I used to just wear whatever t-shirt I was wearing. Then I was like,
I know. Look at us, like on camera, and you can see our faces, and like it's not blurry. I mean, how we've grown up so much.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful, and Rob and I were so woefully unprepared to also add on to that conversation, and we just like sat back and were like, all right, you got this.
What faded away there was, I was like, right, I don't think we can top that, so let's just close the show out now. Good night, everybody. So it was it was a beautiful moment, and we love that. So thank you, Bain&Chiad, for that headcanon, because it's glorious.
You're welcome.
Lovely.
It's very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. And that is Greatest Hits #1, folks. So we've got 4 more of these fun moments to warm your hearts and enjoy. So, right. Who else wants to share what they're drinking? And Foldies, keep asking questions. Like you're not asking a lot of questions. Send us questions.
I will say the whiskey sour was the winner for the night, by the way.
Whiskey sour was the winner? Okay.
Yep.
So I've got also, likewise, One Shelly, I've got a myriad of drinks over here. So currently, what I've been pre-gaming with is basically done now is this bottle of Viognier, Chenin Blanc Viognier mix, which is lovely, very easy drinking. What I'm going to switch to next, and I'll actually pour this, one of the clan chiefs I work with, IRL, recommended this. We had a going away party last week, so I took a list of whiskeys, and this was one of the one that was recommended. I was like, ooh, we've got a 6-month podcast anniversary coming up, so I will happily take recommendations. And actually, he's one of the people I told today that I was not going to be at work tomorrow. I took his drinking recommendation. And so my commander was very nice. His rank is actually commander, so not a weird title.
Wow. Legit.
Yeah, so this is Angel's Envy.
Nice.
I also do what I will be once I finish with the wine. I'm not going to, this is kind of expensive. No, for the truth, I didn't do the Paloma just because I didn't have time to go grocery shopping. What I will be drinking for the rest of the night is I will be mixing this Scotch whiskey, which was a little cheaper. Also, it is a ginormous bottle.
That is a great size bottle.
I love it.
How many ounces is that?
So much usquai.
And I made a honey lemonade. So instead of sugar, it's got honey in it.
Ooh,
So I'll be
nice.
mixing those.
That will pair
Silver
well.
Tooth was kind enough to actually respond to me on Twitter and say Palomas, which I do love. I just don't have all the ingredients. I run out of bitters. I need to go get bitters. But anyway, so Angel's Envy.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love that. That's amazing.
So you know how we're roommates at JordanCon? Fun fact, Chenin Blanc is my favorite wine.
Ooh, perfect. We are perfect roommates.
We
This
are
is,
perfect roommates.
$5 at Trader Joe's.
What the fuck?
It's a lovely
Amazing.
bottle.
All this alcohol is so
Pretty.
cheap there.
It's only Trader Joe's. Like everything else. Like I literally go walk a mile and a half one way. So it's a 3-mile round trip, and carry all of these bottles back because I don't have a car, because it is $5 a bottle. So I can get 4 of these for the cost of a normal nice bottle of wine. And this is delightful. So
Nice.
That's amazing.
even Trader Joe's
Way
has
to go,
amazing
Luke.
cheap-ass wine.
You guys are gonna
Trader
have the
Joe's
party
is
suite.
amazing.
Yeah, and I do love Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace is
there's
great.
a lot of great whiskeys out there. But this was one I hadn't tried, and it was recommended to me last week, which is perfect timing because 6-month anniversary. Great time to buy a nice new expensive bottle.
Yeah.
I actually do have a tragic story about. I finished a big project at work. It was this 9-month project, and it's called a war room. Had a whole bunch of admirals coming through, so went and got myself a $100 bottle of rum from a store that was less than a block and a half from my apartment. He asked me like, "Oh, do you want a bag to take?" And I was like, "No, I just live right around the corner." So walking home. What the fuck happens when I'm one house away from mine? The bottle opens and just, and it's like, I could
Very
smell
sad.
it. They're smelling everyone. I was like, there's no redeeming this.
Aw.
It was very upsetting. So
That is very upsetting.
You
All right.
spilled the ooze.
made sure this was safely carried.
Yes.
Wow.
But this is delicious. If you guys haven't had Angel's Envy, I can personally recommend it now.
That's
It is
the
really
worst
good.
story I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
I've had it. It's delicious.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
not peaty. So if you like peaty whiskeys, this is not that. It's got a very sweet smell and a sweet taste, but still that lovely burn that you want from whiskeys. So it goes down pretty smooth.
Yeah, I figured that if I tried that, I would probably burst into flames. So,
But it's
I hope
envying
you enjoy
angels.
it.
It's envying angels. It's not for angels.
oh, so
Mhm.
maybe I can try it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
We've had a great question put in chat from Boris. So, and I feel that this one goes to the ladies and not to me. So, Riss asks, if you had to be a Wetlander character, who would you be?
Tiny.
Aiel.
Egwene.
Tigraine.
I was waiting for that.
Well
Yes.
played. Well played.
Yeah, that's a ramen rattle answer there. Definitely.
Yes.
Brigitte.
Also a bit of a cop out. Come on.
Yeah.
Aiel.
It's not my fault that I can go, both
Both
sides.
ways.
She plays for both
Both
teams.
ways.
Y'all. You heard it here. She
Both
swings. She's a
Not
swinger.
fair. Tigraine wins.
How about
That's
you,
great.
Leigh-A?
Probably Brigitte.
Oh,
Okay.
good choice. Good choice.
Very good choices.
She's
Everyone had a
amazing.
different choice as well. This is
I like
impressive.
how fast everyone went. Like,
Like,
this has
yeah,
clearly been thought
100%.
about before.
Yes.
Yeah, they all debated about being Wetlander characters, and they were like, no, if needed, but no.
It's like we've read the book series more than once.
I know.
Mm,
Yeah.
Weird.
crazy.
Who would
crazy.
do such a thing?
Yeah.
So I have a question to throw out. So for those of you who are Twitter timers, like when you were deciding who you would be on Twitter of Time, how many different characters did you go through before you decided who you were, or did you just know instantly who you wanted to be?
I pretty much knew. I mean, I had to go and find characters because I felt like all the main ones were taken. So I had to go refresh myself by looking at a character list and find an obscure one. But I felt like when I saw the name, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. I did not expect it to turn into what it turned into, though, with all of the baby yeeting jokes.
So much eating. So
much eating.
See, what you should do is you should take a fake baby to JordanCon so you could eat it around.
Brilliant.
I mean, that
has suggested that before.
Maybe you mean a doll.
Yeah,
There
like a doll.
are
Yeah,
those
a doll,
baby
fake
alive
yeah.
dolls that look like they're real.
Oh my gosh.
Like
I
you
should do
could
that.
get one of those babies that at first glance looks like a real baby and it's weighted and stuff.
Before you know, we're all getting arrested.
That would honestly
Touching a
scare
baby
me so
around.
much. I would probably eat it.
Yeah, they're kind of terrifying.
That sounds terrifying to me.
How about you, Bain&Chiad?
I think I did. I wanted to have something that no one else had. And so I think I did a bunch of searches to see what was already taken. I can't remember how many I went through. And then I started to think well, who would I want to be if I was in the Wheel of Time? And it was definitely a Maiden of the Spear. And then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I was both Bain and Chiad? They can't be separate characters. They have to be together. So I searched for Bains, I searched for Chiads, and there were none. So I just decided to be Bain and Chiad. And the rest is history.
And Melindhra, how did you pick Melindhra?
Actually, I totally fucked up to begin with. So I I searched for Egwene's. Obviously, Egwene's were taken, and then I don't remember what other characters I went through. And then I was like, oh, it'd be cool to be Shaiel, but Tigraine already was Tigraine, but I didn't search for Tigraine. I searched for Shaiel, so I didn't see her, and so then I was like, hi, and then everybody,
like,
there was a crazy pile on. People were like, oh my God.
How
like,
dare you?
I can't believe somebody else is trying to be this character. And I was like,
to be
oh my
fair,
God,
I was tweeting like 600 times a day at that time. So I think everyone was very concerned about how confusing it would get.
Yeah. And I had specifically picked Shaiel. And then I didn't know until I had done it and like kind of like said my hello that there was a Tigraine and it was like drama and I was like, oh shit, what have I done? Like because I had lurked for so long and then finally decided to like jump in and then and so it took me a day or two to like reset and pick something else and then I went with Melindhra. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually remember that. Like, I remember seeing this go down, and I was like, "Oh, that poor woman!" Like, all
I was trying to do was join the fun. And I just screwed it up from.
But you know what? You recovered so quickly, and you like doubled down, and then you became Melindhra, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I feel like Melindra's been such a great contribution too, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
So many new jokes were made then.
Yes. Yeah. It's a great character to play.
Especially with all the Matt Cawthon accounts that we have. Like I feel like we needed someone to antagonize them.
Yeah. And I think my favorite thing to do actually is antagonize the people who play Tuon. There's a couple Tuon accounts, and I'm like, I hate you. You're my nemesis.
That's great. I love it.
It is funny how you like kind of start to, if you have a role play account, you kind of start to feel things towards characters based on who you are. Like I feel very fond of all the Gaul characters. Like it's just I just automatically am like, oh, I love you, you know. It's just interesting.
Well, all the Aiel, like I really feel like all the Aiel are really my family. There are so many great accounts out there, like not disparaging any of the other accounts, but like, there's just something that bonds all the Aiel accounts a little bit.
Yeah, I feel the same way you feel about Gauls with all the Matt Cawthons, and there's a lot of Matt Cawthons, which I do not object to at all. But there are some Matt Cawthons that are kind of paired up with some of the Tuon accounts, and I get a little sad when they don't like respond back to me.
Oh,
they're paired up.
They
Shelley,
respond to the poor Tuanas.
Shelley and Leigh-A, do you feel bonded to the Roof Mistress and Wise One accounts that are out there when people roleplay those? I know you're new to Twitter, Shelley, but
the Wise One thing was kind of funny because in a way it reflected what happens in the books, in that people started calling me a Wise One. And I was like, no. And then finally one day I became a mod in a server and they were like, we're going to call you like Lord Captain Commander or something. And I was like, no, you're fucking not. And then I was like, I got to think of something else that's like an authority figure in the Wheel of Time. And so I asked, can I be a Wise One? And they're like, only you can figure out when you're ready to be a Wise One. And so that's how I started becoming Wise One Shelly, was in the Watt Trivia server. And then I became the Amerlin Study Emma mod, so I'm a Wise One there, and so it's just kind of transferred over. On Twitter, I think the only Wise One I can think of off the top of my head is Amise, and she's amazing. I can't keep up with her. I just retweet and occasionally make a dumb joke, so she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
these are great stories. I love this. So, Shaiel, I'm curious now. After the talking about Gaul accounts and Mad accounts, do you see the Rand accounts and you just want to go yeet? So.
Yeah, it's weird. The Rand and the Galad accounts, I'm like, oh, there's my sons. And then I also just feel really weird about how handsome Yosha is, because I'm like, this is wrong. It's really strange. Like, I can't look at him that way.
You should be proud, right? You're really,
I am
made
very
that.
proud. Yeah,
I made
did
that.
Make that.
Yeah. I mean, good work.
Yeah, so it does change how you feel about certain accounts for sure. You're like, oh, look, like if someone was mean to like a Rand or a Galad, I would be very upset on Twitter. I'd be like, don't talk to them that way.
Yeah.
This is, I having obviously not a roleplay account, I don't generally get that, but I do have something that's close to it, and it's with Malkier's King. And I think it's so I often be like, oh, Your Majesty, and things like that, because he's king, and Malkier talks. But it gets even more so because it's Matt Hatch who's done it, but he keeps calling Matt, as in Malkier's King. He keeps calling, oh, we've got Malkier Talks here tonight, but he never calls me Malkier's King.
Yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't like you to be the king.
Which one is like? Should I be complimented by that? Should I not be? But yeah, so I always feel a bond to Matt because of the fact we get confused for each other, I suppose, and that we roll into like, oh yes, Your Majesty, and things like that. So
I think I've definitely done it.
I think I was confused by the two of you before long
especially
ago.
because he tells jokes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Morel loves jokes.
Yeah, he does dad jokes. He's done dad jokes for a long time.
Both love dad jokes.
We do both love dad jokes, so I can understand the confusion.
It's a Malkier thing, apparently.
It is. It's great. So I've been very slack on them recently, actually, now that I've said that.
It's funny how both the Malkieries on Twitter are just like really, really nice people. So that's nice.
Yeah.
There's not actually a lot of us around.
No.
Which is surprising. When I started that account and changed my name to Malkier Talks, I was surprised how few out there were, just any sort of Malkieri style account. So,
well, it's just like there's not a lot of Malkieri in the books, so you get snippets of them, especially in some of the last books and then New Spring. But I mean, it's a dead culture, so like they're at the
for now.
The last generation is old at this point. So
this is true.
Why did you
that was a great question. Sorry.
I just want to know, why did you choose Malkier as your
so I'm going to credit and blame at the same time Black Tower podcast. So they did a sort of a search. They wanted to name the fandom. So they did a big sort of bracket polls for it, and everyone had to pick something. So, and that was actually my first ever YouTube video. It's not anymore. I took it down. I replaced it with my honey cake video.
Honey cakes are important.
Yes, yeah. So I decided that my vote would be, we should call ourselves as a fandom Malkieri. So my initial name on Twitter was Malkieri Rob. And this is before you could change your handle, so it was at Malkier and so on and so forth. And I stuck with that. And then I started the podcast. And I was like, what am I going to call the podcast? I'm like, well, my handle is Malkier, so let's link it. So Malkier Talks. And it just sort of went from there. But that was why I was like, okay, if we're going to be named after something in the books, I was like, I think the Malkier, that's a very cool name to be. So, I mean, there are some amazing names made up in that poll. In the brackets, like some of them were incredible. Far Dareis, the Fan Dareis Mai, and all sorts of really.
I actually
names.
think I remember these polls. Yeah, now that you're saying this, I remember it. There was some really creative ones.
Yeah, and then fun story. They did a competition at the end once Dragonsworn was picked, and for like a week or 2 weeks or something, every time you used the hashtag Dragonsworn in the tweet, you got an entry into the draw. To win, I can't remember what it was. Mask and some 2 items from their store. So I tweeted every time I tweeted, I put hashtag Dragonsworn on it, and they were like, "Okay, so we've got a runner up and the winner." And they said, so the runner up tweeted, and I tweeted a lot in that time period. Like I was putting on every joke I was telling, I was putting on every tweet I was sending, and I was during lockdown, I was very active on Twitter. And they said, so a runner-up who tweeted it 17 times. And I immediately went, oh, dear Lord. I know I tweeted it 17 times in at least one day. So someone got it like 17 times. And then they're like, and then this guy who knows who they are without even knowing their name, because they definitely tweeted it once. I tweeted it like 85 times or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, Rob, I must mention Christine, i.e. Lucy, just popped into chat. Do you tell her the good news?
Oh, so I don't even have I have the hat with the names. I threw that to one side, but I don't even have the Lucy won, Christine. There we go. I'm just going to say it. Lucy won the draw, Christine, so you can bring Lucy to Malkier with you. So congratulations.
Woohoo! Rum and rattle for Lucy.
Yes. Rum and rattle for Lucy.
Yes, Christine, you did.
We did. I saw a comment earlier about wet celery tree or something, and someone got that wrong. So I think maybe that was a good segue to show a floppy water tree.
Yes, floppy water tree. I was going to say we should segue into a video, and floppy water tree was asked for. They asked why Melindhra was not drinking, was not making floppy water drink. And so, folks, here is our favorite segment from What Holiday last year, and is the floppy water tree.
Oh no.
Melindhra, what are you drinking this morning?
Oh, yes, I actually am going to create my drink in front of you because I had to make a bunch of really tiny spears, like really small ones, in order to make this drink possible. So the first thing you do is you take some tomato and then you smash it up and mix it with the blood of your enemies and some pepper. And also, I went to a place really close to where the token Wetlander lives on my raid last night. And it was a place, and forgive me if I say the name wrong, but it's not Manchester, it's Worcestershire. I assume that's like the next town over from Manchester, but I don't know. Anyway, I put they make some sort of black juice, which was like leaking from the buildings, and I put some of that in there too and mixed it all up. And so that's just tomato. And then on my way back, I hit the top of a mountain and put some icicles in there too. But then the other thing you have to do with this drink is you have to take a tiny ground tree, and this one's actually a floppy water tree. So it's mostly made of water. And then you like stick this tree. I mean, this is super weird, but it's, you stick this tree in your smashed up tomato and blood of your enemies. That's what you do. See that? It's beautiful. And then you take some of your really tiny spears, and then you add some things to your tree. You add an ice pepper, and you like stick it into the top. Like that. Sure. And then you take some chopped off Couladin heads, these things right here, and you stick those on the other side of your tree. So this is, Rob was telling us that like that tree behind him, you decorate it for this holiday. And so I was like, what if we decorate this little water ground tree? And then you take some sagade plants, and you spear it up, and then you put that in the very top of your tree, like so, to make a star. See? Look, it's festive. And then you need to like mix it all up. So you take your knife and you mix your drink like this. And then you have what we have fashioned the bloody spearing.
So is it a salad? It looks like a salad.
Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add extra usquai. I already put some in, but you need more. So more, and this one is a clear vodka usquai that you add in. I gotta mix that again. Sorry, my bad. I was so excited to drink it, I forgot about the usquai. Like, what is wrong with me? Ha ha ha! More stirring, more stirring. Okay. It's really good, and it's great after a raid because it gives you a nice boost of energy, and you have somewhere to put all that extra blood, so that if you don't pour it on the ground, because that's almost like water, and you wouldn't.
It's a bit of a waste.
It's a bit of a waste.
It looks healthy.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
That was so beautiful.
I can't believe I did that at 7:00 in the morning.
Oh, that was so so good.
I don't think I even realized at the time how funny it was because I'm so like trying so hard to stay in character and not like smile and laugh and pretend I'm like really interested. But watching it again, it's so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was great.
Hysterical.
People were loving it in chat. Matt Stagg is asking, "Are we doing a 40 brunch at JordanCon?"
Ooh,
And I think that is our
maybe
kind
we
of
need
that's
to.
It's very possible.
it is
I
kind
like
of our
that.
plan. We need to fit it around. Some of us are on panels and things, but yeah, we're definitely going to try and fit.
But also, no one sleeps, so the concept of it's 5 o'clock somewhere, or it's brunch somewhere
Indeed.
Mhm.
might apply.
We're getting complaints in chat that I'm not putting this up on screen enough, so I'm just going to pop that up for a hot second. You get
Ooh.
that hot second? Hey, there we go.
A lot of complaints. A lot of
That was a
complaints.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yummy.
But yeah, that was beautiful. I really
Mhm.
this wrist. Please stop putting daggers in your mouth, Melindhra.
Have you met me? It's kind of my thing.
My thing.
She likes
It's great.
daggers in her mouth, swords in her mouth, spears in her mouth.
Matt Stagger
There we go.
knows what's up.
Blood of the
Blood of the enemies, indeed.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was number 4, Butt Rock. Apparently we're going for at least 5, so we'll see. All right, I feel like there was another question in chat.
There's one to you, Rob. I think what Aiel is your
Yes.
favorite?
What Aiel is my favorite?
Answer this very carefully.
Oh,
No
I
pressure.
feel like I need to sit back now. I want to lean forward.
Which
Okay.
one, Rob?
Tell us.
I mean, no. I if you're asking which one of my co-hosts, I can't pick one of my co-hosts. I absolutely cannot. I would rather no. I couldn't pick on my deathbed. You're all amazing. I love all of you equally. But Aiel from the book. I think it has to be Ruach. Just and it's not even that he's daddy or anything like that, as everyone calls him as such.
But he is.
But he is, yeah. No, I wasn't denying that. He is, yeah. But it was the way that he balances Rand and the other clan chiefs. Like he is the common ground between them all. He sees Rand's side, he sees the Aiel side. He takes it all in and goes, well, this is the middle ground, and this is right and this is wrong. And when I really need to actually not let you do that because you're going to fuck up the Aiel, then I will be like, no, you can't do that. And when it's like, actually, the Aiel needs to just let this one slide or be a bit flexible here, then I'm going to be that guy instead. And like, you just got to respect that sort of the position he's in and the way he handles it. So, yeah, that's my
agree.
favorite Aiel.
That's an acceptable choice.
Are there any Ruach accounts? There's got to be Ruach accounts
There's a
out there. isn't
Ruach
there?
account.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
It used to be more active, I think, but
Yeah, it's a little quiet, but it's probably because he's busy.
Yeah.
With the
Other than that, I've got a lot of
affairs.
respect.
He's the tar dad.
yep.
Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for who I can't remember the name of the guy who kills the Kyrianian bloke because he gets the dragon tattoos put on his hands or his arms. And so he like turns up and he's like, well, the rule is, the law
Isn't
is
it
like,
Menden or Mengen?
yeah. I've got a lot of respect for that guy. I mean, most Aiel would behave in that manner, but to turn up and be like, okay, I have toe. How do I meet it? All right, got to be hung. Sweet. And, goes and meets that. Like, I got a lot of respect for that situation. So, and that, that attitude. Yeah.
Wow.
The Aiel are just cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
There was another question in chat. I need to scroll back, see if I can find it. Because they're all laughing at the here it is from Chief Fody himself, Silvertooth. What has threefold talk meant to you?
Does he want us to get sappy?
Yeah,
I think he might.
I was actually going to save this to the end, but we
can wait. We can wait till the end.
Well,
yeah.
No,
may as well do it now. So, this week is International Women's Week, and one thing that International Women's Week means to me, in my real life, I work with mostly men, but just having strong women who support each other, lift each other up. That's always been so important to me. I've been so lucky to have that in mind, like throughout my career, my adult life. And this is just another example of, if one of us break for a little bit, it's just, it's cool. We got it. Busy life stuff happens. And I always look forward to the laughter, the sharing of, behind the scenes, we share all of our family stuff. So, to my ladies and Rob, and not just the ladies, but the men who support the ladies, the people.
Cheers.
Seriously, so well said.
So thanks, Chief Boldy, for moving my cheers forward from the end.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Should we do one of Chief Boldy's video requests in honor of him?
Yes. Which one
a very
of his requests?
specific request. I think I wrote the one about Shelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the face this causes.
I have no idea what's coming.
You know the uncomfortable nature that this will... You know how much Shelly tolerates us. We love Shelly. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Shelly's penetration video.
This much of one dagger.
Oh.
Because also I agree with Bain&Chiad.
So it's
If
just...
your stab doesn't actually penetrate, can you really even call it a stab?
So it's just a little sting. Says, I would give it a 3 out of 5. It loses points for being overhand and too visible, but the lack of penetration is offset by the fact that it was against a channeler. He had 0 chance of penetration. So he's used the word twice.
That word. Don't need it. There's other words we can use.
Melindhra. Oh, just...
I disagree. There's many forms of stabbing that don't involve penetration.
I mean, there's
It
lots.
doesn't come out of its sheath, though.
The blade did not pierce another body. There was no piercing. How's that? Is that a better word, Shelley? Do we like the word piercing?
I think I prefer piercing to that other P word that I see you chat using repeatedly.
Thank you for
So
making another gif.
This is a 3, but this is a 5.
Okay, well, okay, 1 second.
5. Super stabby. Because double penetration, amazing.
I didn't want to torture Shelley too much, so we stopped it there. But yes, thanks.
Oh no.
Well, and Rob, do you have those 2 gifts queued?
Those 2 gifts? I have no idea what you're talking about whatsoever. As if you think I know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Sally. I love you.
Oh man, it's the best.
Yeah, I think that's. I have a thesaurus right here.
You can use said thesaurus is all I'm saying.
I
on
didn't
the internet now.
I just said we have gifts.
We should have to read all the synonyms for penetration as like a way to meet our toe to Shelley.
That is a good idea.
Ooh,
I like that.
Give it to us, Roof Mistress. Is there actually an entrance in your thesaurus?
Oh, the innkeeper has stopped by, Lays. And, I will describe him in my fandom. It's been
right at this
moment. Is a noun. There's perforation, piercing, puncturing, puncture, riddling, stabbing, prick. Melindhra, just for you. Also, insight, discernment, perception, intelligence.
Lovely.
That is
nice.
Nice little thesaurus right here.
Wait, intelligence is a synonym?
So it's a different type. Like if you're like more of a intellectually penetrating people.
Sure.
So think more D&D, like insight. So you're kind of penetrating their thoughts.
Shelley's still there shaking her head because we keep saying the word.
And I cannot wait because I know someday now I'm going to have to roll for penetration. I can see it
Wise
coming.
one.
Well, you
Yeah.
Oh my
did.
god.
You did get a cantrip for a dildo. So.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Thanks for stopping by, Innkeeper.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that since we now know that penetration is a synonym for intelligence, that we can now discuss Wise One Shelly with effusive
Well,
penetration.
okay, no, so it's not just intelligence, like it's your insight into something.
Yeah, which
like
is
your discernment about something.
the definition of the wise one, don't you think? So insightful, so deep, so
her
strongly
thoughts penetrate all the problems.
through.
Oh my gosh, she's totally gonna stab me with her scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Should we show a Shelly highlight now? We've done the Shelly piercing video. Shall we do a Shelly highlight now? We do a very special segment here on Threefold Talk. It's very dear to our hearts, and there's one part of this segment that happened on our very first show that I think we would struggle to ever top, and it was requested that we put this in as part of our highlights. And so, ladies and gents, I give to you one of our favorite ever Ask a Wise One questions. It comes from a very sweet person. The question is, I was born with girl parts, but I'm really a boy. My parents tell me that I can choose a new name, and I can't decide between Dewey or Jimmy. Which one should I choose? So, Shelley, do you have name advice for this young person?
This is my favorite question I will ever get. And that is it. Ask a Wise One is done after this segment because I will never get a better question than this one. So first of all, young child, welcome to the queer community. We are everywhere. We love you. We see you. And we're so happy to have you here. And we're so glad you found us. And we are so glad you have parents who are supportive of you. I think that's very wonderful. And I may even tear up talking about it. I looked at your two names. I looked at the meanings of them, of Dewey and James. And what I think I would do if I was getting to choose a name, and this is one of the best things about being part of the queer community, is you get to choose so many things about yourself. You get to choose what it means for you to be a boy. And you get to choose and tell people what you are and who you are. So I looked up what James means, and James means he who supplants. So that's people who come in and they make change. And I looked up what Dewey means, and Dewey means beloved. And we all know what that means. It means you're a very loved person. So what I would do is I would write down what you think a person named Dewey is like. What do you think a boy named Dewey is like? And what do you think a boy named Jimmy is like? And I'll give you an example. My Uncle Jimmy is a firefighter. He's very brave, he's very strong, but he's also very caring and he's very kind. And I would say, pick the name that feels most like the person you want to be like. And that's how I would choose.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I love you, Shelley.
No,
I still remember that. Yeah.
I don't
Of all
feel like
the-
we deserve you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and people are crying in chat right now. So, rightly so, because that is stunning. So, I love it.
And
That is-
we did get a response from that person, and they did choose a name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went with,
So, and they're like, I think that person took the advice to heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was very helpful advice, Shelley.
this is why, as
That was
Christina
good.
said, this is why we all love Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
but yeah. Okay, where are we at? We've been going well over an hour and a half now. We still have 2 videos left, I believe.
Have we done any of the
Yeah.
captions yet?
We haven't talked about the captions.
We need
Okay.
to talk about the captions.
We did, so for a while, folks, we do have live captioning on Threefold Talk. It's been a feature for quite some time. At one point, I did it manually. Let me explain. I didn't sit here and type what we were saying as we were saying it. But I found a feature that picked up our audio and then put live captions on the screen. It took a lot of finagling. I literally had to have 2 computers on the go at once to make it work. And then eventually I managed to get you two to actually set it up for this channel because they were only doing it for big channels originally. So if you need captioning or you want to have captioning, that option is available to you. We have live captioning every single week. So you can, watch the show and know what we're saying. But initially this captioning service, and I don't know what the YouTube service is like. It's probably not much better, to be honest. But it used to appear on screen directly through us rather than you having to turn it on via YouTube. So we used to see it all the time. And we used to get some hilarious things pop up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We've picked 4. We've got 4 amazing ones, but there were so many great ones. So for example, one time we said the Jared Aiel, and it was Jared O'Neill instead.
Good old Jared, that famous Aiel.
And folks, if you want to go set up a, I don't know, would it be considered a parody account, a joke account? What would you consider it? But if you want to go set up a Twitter account called Jared O'Neill,
we'll all follow you.
Yeah, 100%. We'll be there. We know who you are.
Yeah. As Silvertooth was saying, the first live caption was so damn funny. It was hilarious. Some of the other great ones we had, Trollocs became garlic knots.
I think I lost it when that one came up. Yeah. I just could not, I couldn't contain it.
And I'm like, how do you even do garlic knots? I don't know how that's a thing.
That one just made me hungry.
I can want garlic knots now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the marinara sauce.
Ooh,
that would be really good.
Excellent. And then the last 2 are these are the best ones, absolutely. So I think Bain&Chiad, you were the person who trawled through a few of these, weren't you, and wrote the list, yeah. So we had Malkier's King. Now, what could Malkier's King possibly be if it was misunderstood by live captioning? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it would be Mum Kiss Kiss.
Oh my goodness. What the heck?
Malkier's King, if you're out there and you're watching, please, for the love of God, for just a week, change your Twitter title to Mum Kiss Kiss.
Please.
Yes. Yep. It's got to be done.
Needs to be a thing.
I think Mel added that one.
Right now.
That was me. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Mel.
Okay. Mel, nice. Good find. That was brilliant. So, folks, you can go back and watch these, by the way. They're on previous shows. I don't know which one this one was on. But I say the captioning was as part of the stream. So it wasn't like you had to turn it on as a feature you do currently with YouTube. It actually just popped up automatically. It's the only way I could get it to work. So we all saw this. And it will be there forever because live captioning on YouTube gets overwritten once the YouTube live stream finishes. It gets processed. They have a better software that re-listens to the show and translate it with, in essence, more accuracy because obviously it's going fast to try and keep up with us talking initially. So you lose if it gets wrong when we're live. Sometimes you can lose that on the replays, but because these were live as part of the stream, these will never go away. So you can go and enjoy those if you go back and watch them. And then the last one. This one's great because it just popped up and it was such a simple change and it tickled us every time because it happened a few times. But it was brilliant. And that is the word Wetlander, folks, which decided to become Wet Grinder.
Well, I mean, after we started stripping last week, why not?
It's so fitting.
It's brilliant. In honor of that, folks, I am going to edit my name right now. And instead of being the token Wetlander, I am going to be the token Wet Grinder.
Yes. Yes.
You're going to get some exciting messages.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Let's all remember to be respectful.
Yes. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Don't get too lewd in chat, please.
Yeah.
There's having fun and then there's going too far. This is all in good humor. But yeah, let's, as Silvertooth is saying, let's start a Twitter time campaign. Let's get Malkier's King to change his name because just for a week, he can change it back. But Matt's a fun guy, so Rajesh, oh my God, you're still going. Of course we are. We've still
Hi,
got
Rajesh. We missed you.
Yeah. You had so many good
Yay,
comments.
Rajesh.
I mean, it's our 6-month anniversary. Like,
Yeah.
we were always going to
Yeah.
party a little
it's
longer,
not
you know.
like some of the
Little
people on here were podcasting until midnight last night.
Mm-mm.
No,
Exactly.
no, we're very responsible, Aiel.
And then had to read a financial report today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to work and cooked in the kitchen for 8 hours after an hour of sleep.
I bet your food was delicious.
The food was good. My mental health was not good. I came home from work and literally slept for 4 hours just to be, some sort of semblance of okay for this show tonight.
Smart.
And I'm off tomorrow, so I'm just gonna sleep until tomorrow afternoon. That's right. Rob's been going since the worry. Yeah, basically, it kind of it feels like that. So
It's true. I think, okay, I don't know. Has everyone shared what they're drinking? I
have not.
I haven't. So we have a couple more drinks to share and a couple more Schitt's Creek characters to decide whether they're Wetlanders or Aiel.
Yep. And then we have a party. We have one video left.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and share this ridiculous Usquai I found, and I feel like it's a punishment of some sort.
Possibly for using the P word.
For using what?
The P word.
That was really good timing.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
I was like, I'm stopping this argument right now because butt rock.
So
I put it up on screen. It was requested. We need butt rock in honor of Chad King. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true. I think anytime Shelly gets upset about the P word, we should just put butt rock up there, and it will make everything better.
Okay.
It's like
Also,
soothing
don't
the
forget her
savage
favorite
beast.
Trolloc.
That's right.
Don't forget her favorite Trolloc because she does have she thirsts for
Does
this
she?
one Trolloc.
I don't have Sky Sex Trolloc.
That's my favorite Trolloc.
That's also my favorite Trolloc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's the maidens.
Trolloc.
It's the maidens Trolloc.
Yeah.
Oh, I have toe.
That's
okay.
Way
you
into
don't.
Sky Sex
You good.
Trolloc. Yeah.
I will find Sky Sex Trolloc again
But-
at some point and bring him back.
Mel has Usquai.
Yeah, Mel has Usquai.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Go
I
for it, Mel.
do. So some asshole on a wagon train decided to convince me that this was the right kind of Usquai to get. So it's called Scatterbrain Dark Chocolate Banana Usquai. And there's some sort of furry creature on the front. And if I were choosing, I would not necessarily choose this Usquai because I don't like bananas. And I also don't like chocolate flavored things. Like when I want chocolate, I want like full chocolate. I want full concentration chocolate. I don't want things that taste like chocolate. I want the whole dark, luscious log of pure insanity thrust in my mouth. So I took this bottle, and it was only like a fifth of a bottle that was left. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. So I poured myself a glass of a bunch of things I don't like, and I'm going to drink it in honor of all of you who I care for very deeply. So here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, I hate that.
So as Fast Rider said, you had the whole banana.
She prefers spears and diamonds.
Let me just say that some bananas need more time to ripen.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting calls for 6 because we're doing 6. This is our 6 month. We should do 6 butt rocks. I know. I feel like I need to.
Let's make them earn
this
it.
back. Yeah.
Work for it. You guys haven't asked enough questions.
Yes. So think of some questions, folks. And while you're thinking of questions, I'm going to play our last highlights video. Now, this one, I feel a theme. We've had 2 videos for Shelly. and now we've got a second video for Mel, so we can clearly see the crazy ones in the group, who they are. But yes, folks, this is our last of our highlights video. So I hope you enjoy the time when we had Toe, because we couldn't do the show.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, Melindhra, would you like to go next with what you've learned from the Wetlander manuals?
Yes. The Wetlander manual that I was instructed to review was provided by Christine Molini on Discord, and she provided a manual to a Wetlander horseless wagon called a Honda Passport. So a Honda Passport. And it was quite a lot of reading. So I decided to opt for the pages that seemed most important. And there was a page about maintenance. And they mentioned that there was an area of the wetlands called California. And California apparently has very strict rules about how horseless wagons are supposed to be used, and they're very strict about the farts that horseless wagons are allowed to emit out into the air. So they, there's a fair amount of rules, but what I learned from this manual about horseless wagons called the Honda Passport is that there are a fair amount of alarms, which are tricky in that, if you're trying to, move silently through a field of long grasses, all of the alarms on this Honda Passport would probably alert your enemies to whether they were there or not. But it also seems to be very important to wetlanders because they have a specific section of their alarms called the minder. And so it basically tells you whether your wagon is going to break down or not. And so they want you to know all of the different fluids that are included in this horseless wagon. And there's a whole lot of them, which is very tricky, especially if you're going to take this horseless wagon into the threefold land where there's very little fluid, but there's tons of different kinds of fluids, and there's a huge graph about fluids. But it seems to be very important that you maintain the level of your brake fluid and your radiator fluid and your washer fluid, which seems weird if you have a sweat tent, and your engine coolant, which seems completely impossible. And then there's another fluid called the engine oil, which I was like, oil, okay, I know about that. Like if you go to Mayenne and you travel to the oil fish shoals and you gather the oil from that, perhaps you could put this in this horseless wagon and be able to lubricate all of the parts of the wagon to make it work. But then I thought maybe perhaps you might need a more intense kind of oil. So if you, actually went to the Stone of Tyr and took the fifth of Lord Wyramon's beard, then you could gather enough oil from his beard to lubricate like the entire horseless wagon. And then it would operate in such a way that it would be completely silent and you could go through a field of grasses and no one might see you.
You learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I learned
this was on pages 565 through pages 571 of this manual about the Honda Passport, not accepting the California section where they talk about farts.
So all these fluids and no water?
It was unclear about the fluids, just that it needed a lot of them.
So perhaps we might need to continue our tow for a few more weeks while I learn about more parts of this interesting conveyance that they use, which doesn't seem to really, be a good substitute for a nice pair of soft leather boots in your feet. But, Wetlanders are confusing. So
And
that's
lazy.
what I know.
So, yeah.
I still don't understand.
So nicely delivered there, Mel. It's
I
impressive.
learned so much from that manual.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
The amount of fluids required.
Yeah, just like thinking about exfolding the fluids. Yeah.
Melindhra, did you ask Herod Fell about any of this? He might know some of those answers to those questions.
Oh, yeah, I'm not allowed to talk to him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Fair enough. We got questions while that was happening. You did well. So, first question from Pavara. What are you most looking forward to in the next 6 months of shows? So, good question.
Our 100th episode?
Will that be in the next 6 months?
That won't be in the next 6 months, unless we start doing 3 episodes a week.
Or we start counting our guest appearances and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a lot of guest appearances as well, but yes.
I think I'm actually, speaking of guests, I'm looking forward to the guests. The Maidens of the Spear, Jess, having Silvertooth on, having Beth on.
Yep.
I wasn't here for Charnice, but she was amazing.
Yeah, Kit was great.
Kitsunagari.
Yeah.
More artists, more. There's so many amazing people who are part of this world. And
we've got to have the innkeeper at some point, I feel. That should be fun. We've got a long list of people we want. So.
I think he's gone from the chat already.
Yeah, maybe.
He dipped.
Leigh-A.
Yeah.
Fuck you, we didn't want you anyway.
Speaking of this, Wise One Shelly, that's a nice segue. I will carry on and asking people the question, but nice segue. Next week, ladies and gents, we have the Empress herself joining us on Threefold Talk. Ebony, who you might know from JordanCon if you've been, is coming to join us at Threefold Talk next week because I will not be here next week. I'm being responsible for a change and taking a show off. Bain&Chiad will have the reins for the evening. And
maybe. We'll see.
And for those of you who don't know, and if you're going to JordanCon and you're a first timer, you need to, on Twitter, on Facebook, in the various Discord servers, friend Ebony. She is in charge of the first timers. So she is the person who will help you with any questions, and just is a delightful person to talk to and very helpful. She releases articles every Monday via the JordanCon website, posts on Facebook, on Twitter, those articles. So you can find all those in those spaces. But yeah, so she will, in the reason that we got this was because we were talking about JordanCon 3-4 episodes ago.
3 episodes sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, Ebony would know all the answers to these questions that people were popping into chat. So Rob kindly reached out to her and again, because she's a wonderful human being and loves her job, loves what she does, responded quickly.
Yeah, so she'll be joining us next week. But back to the question. What are you most looking forward to in the next 6 months of shows? So Roof Mistress Leigh-A is expecting us to get to 100 in the next 6 months. So
because I have something special planned.
Any other things we're looking forward to?
I'm really hoping that we might be successful in convincing some of our favorite fans of Malkier talks who might be on the show to join us so that we can chat with them about what they do or even get Magda. Is that right? Am I saying it right? Magda, thank you, Magda,
Oh.
to join us so that we can talk about how awesome it is to be a maiden of the spear and share your skills on the big screen. I think that would be really cool. I guess like bigger picture, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is just continuing this amazing group of people and all the companionship that we formed along the way with all the foldies in the chat and everybody here, and just keeping it going, because this is an amazing community, and I don't want to leave it behind.
Very true.
We also do have JordanCon. So.
Yes. I'm looking forward to doing a live show from JordanCon. And I'm praying and hoping that Wise One Shelly will be there with us. But if Wise One Shelly is unable to join us in person, we will just bring her in via the streaming software. So Wise One Shelly is still there and still involved. Somehow I'll have to figure out the five of us be able to have headphones. I'll figure that out. So we can hear Shelly talking to us. But
Tech details. What could go wrong?
Tech
we're
on
fine.
Threefold Talk.
What could go wrong?
We never have problems with that.
Yeah, someone did mention, are we doing the Bubble of Evil review? And I'm like, I'm not sure I could. That requires like the full 15 minutes of that just cycle. And I haven't even had I don't even think I've got the courage to go back and actually watch that, let alone edit it into some kind of video.
We put it in your Foldy tribute, all of the great comments that you came up with while that was happening.
Yeah.
It was there. Yeah. It was represented.
I'm looking forward to growing some of the segments we've started. We've done them, some of the ones we might have only done once or twice. That maybe don't have an intro, or we're not doing all the time. We do occasionally. I'm looking forward to growing those and making them bigger, and just carry on, bringing in the different things that we do and having fun with it. So that's what I'm looking forward to in the next 6 months. Anything else to add, or shall I ask the next question?
I can't really say what I'm looking forward to, because I feel like the best thing about the show is that it keeps surprising me with different things. And so I'm looking forward to being surprised with some new segments, new inside jokes, all sorts of, who knows what could happen. But also and this kind of overlaps with the other question about what the show means to you. I'm looking forward to more opportunities to be creative, to write some ads, to think of some new segments, things like that. And there was another question in chat earlier about how old are Aiel when they first pick up the spear. And as a little teaser, you will find that out soon in an ad about how old they are when they first pick up the spear. So I'm not going to answer it tonight, but you'll find out soon.
There we go then. So I've just scrolled down to the bottom, and now they're talking about technical problems. And so next week's another Discord episode then. No. So not going to be the case. I know what happened last time.
Ye of little faith.
Yeah. So Rajesh is asking, have we decided which JordanCon panel we will take over for the Threefold Talk Show? Asking for attendance reasons. Well, we're on a few different panels, actually. So Leigh-A, you have a panel on... You have 2 panels. Yes, that's it. What are your 2 panels?
So I'm on the queerness panel. I did that before at the last JordanCon. And then this year I am on essentially the welcoming committee for all the +1s who haven't read the books, and which will be really interesting to work with other panel members and how to couch everything without spoilers and just be like, but you should be excited.
Is that on
here? So here's how to talk to people.
Interesting.
Is that on the Saturday, the Sunday, the bit on the Friday?
The queerness, I can't remember. I think it's Saturday morning, and then the obviously the newbie panel is one of the first panels after the opening ceremonies on Friday.
Nice. Bain&Chiad, you are dragging yourself out of bed on Sunday morning for a panel, I hear.
Yes, 10 a.m. Sunday morning. I will be on a panel talking about episodes 7 and 8.
Nice. Yep. And I am going on a panel on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and I'm talking about episodes 1 and 2. So, it's we'll be around, so you can take your pick of those folks. Don't know if we'll be taking over them, but we'll be there, having some fun. I'm looking for other questions. I know there was others. I missed it. So now we're on the car farts part. Okay, Beth says, if you go anywhere in Randland on vacation, where would it be and what would you do? Is it too obvious if we all go tanning in Tanchico?
Yeah, that's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too sunny there.
Yeah.
Too sunny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like a great place to vacation as long as the Sean Chan aren't taking over.
That is true, yes.
Honestly, I'd probably go to an Ogier Grove. I think that just would be very, very peaceful.
Well,
Nice.
obviously you don't channel them.
I do channel.
Oh.
Yeah, of course she does.
Just, sometimes
Well, no, wise
nice
ones
to
don't
do.
always channel, but a grove, not the setting. Got it.
Or a setting, both. Either would be great.
No. Well, okay. Actually, that would be an interesting question because I know the Aes Sedai always, when they, and even Rand, when he goes into the setting, just like feels the sense of loss. So I'm assuming it would be the same thing for.
You feel a sense of loss, but if you think about it in terms of like a fast, when you do a fast, your sense of loss is replaced with something else you get to focus on. And I think just spending some time among giant trees with Ogier would be very peaceful.
Okay.
I think personally, I would like to. I think Village Mattress actually put this in too. I would like to go to Mayen, and it just seems like it must be such a beautiful place full of people who are incredibly strong-willed and push back against a larger foe and yet keep this beautiful idyllic place like thriving. And I kind of like to root for the underdog, and I'd like to visit there and see what's going on in a place like that. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Anyone else have an option? I'm feeling very indecisive about where I would go on holiday, so I would probably just pick with Andor.
It's a good spot.
There's no beaches in
That
the
is the most vanilla answer I've ever heard in my life.
Like, what is honestly like Andor is a very nice country.
Did you get it?
But there's no beaches.
Was it a joke? Was it a Tam joke?
It was a Tam joke.
I'm feeling indecisive, so I'll pick and/or.
You're terrible. Terrible.
It's late. We've had a lot of usquai.
Yeah.
Is there a rooster in this joke? Because otherwise, it needs to be cut.
Rob, you need a drink for that one, honestly.
You need to drink this terrible scatterbrain dark chocolate banana stuff.
All right. Bain&Chiad, Leigh-A, Shaiel, where would you go?
Yeah, we're going to start tying it up now. So
Thank you.
I'm going to go to, I want to go to Shara.
Ooh.
You do?
Yeah, I don't feel I have enough answers about that. It's a mystery land. So that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Adventurous.
Yeah. Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I keep thinking about Ibu Dar. I just think it's a cool place. It seems to have a lot of culture. I kind of always envisioned it as sort of like Greece or Athens, Greece, or somewhere in the Mediterranean. And, the women are very stabby there. So I think I would feel at home.
This is true.
Yeah, it just seems like a cool place.
Bain&Chiad, you took my answer. So I think we'll be traveling buddies.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go. Nice. And you can drive the boat since you have experience.
I've done those cultural exchanges. So I understand more about water vessels. So yeah.
Nice.
I can help out with that.
All right, let's round the show out with doing some more Geo joke with the Schitt's Creek characters. So I feel like we need to do the rest of the Rose family now.
Let's rock it
so
through them.
let's rock through the Rose family. So first up, we have David, obviously. Hi. David, Aiel, or Wetlander?
He's a Wetlander lord.
Yeah.
Like Wiraman Sanyago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
from
wow.
Tyr for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a tyrant.
Well, I think
Lord.
that's the question. It's not whether he's Aiel or Wetlander. It's what country is he from?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree with Shaiel. Tyron.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Chad is very much overwhelmingly saying Wetlander. They're popping in the votes there. So, okay. Next up in the Rose family, let's go with Johnny, who is perpetually looking like this, really is. Let's be honest. If you watch the show, he's always like, huh? What's going on? You know. What is Johnny?
Wetlander.
I think
Wetlander?
I definitely think he's a Wetlander, and he reminds me of a Domani merchant. You know how the men in Aradoman have kind of a different vibe than the women, and I feel like he would definitely fit in well among the merchant class there.
Okay.
I could see that.
Anyone
Yeah.
have a dissenting view?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Sums it up perfectly.
Fair enough. Well, the vote's going in chat, going Wetlander way so far. I spelled Johnny wrong. I do apologize. All right. Next up, we have Alexis, which is, we joked how, this is Bain&Chiad right now. So,
What?
Because of their fabulous hair.
Yeah, exactly. Looking fabulous. So,
I might make an argument that she could be Aiel.
yeah.
Because her stories are pretty badass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Like the
are.
kidnapping and, I once had to sneak into this using just
she's
that.
actually the Tigraine of the group.
I'm okay with that. I love Alexis.
Okay. Like, I was going to look at you and let you contradict me.
Yeah, I definitely identify with her on the show. So I definitely think that's she is very adventurous. She would just walk into the waste and make it work.
Did you say you're a little bit Alexis?
A little bit Alexis.
I am a little bit Alexis.
Can you do the hair flip? Woo! There we go.
Nice. Wait. Do it again. There we go. Full screen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, girl.
Love it.
I appreciate the amount of growth she goes through the whole series. You know, I mean, all of them do, but I feel like she grows the most.
She does.
Because you expect her to be an archetype, and then she surprises you over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the Tigraine. She's the queen. She's the person who came from the privilege of the wetland and then adapted and thrived.
Beth reckons she's totally a Wetlander. She'd so be tanning in Tanchico. So.
Oh no, she'll definitely go take vacations in Tanchico, but she is Aiel.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, chat is in the 70s saying that she's Aiel, so they're agreeing with that. All right. And to round out the Rose family, we obviously have to have Moira. And she's also telling us to stop at Moira.
Why do you look like a disgruntled pelican?
She looks like Shelly when we say penetration.
Oh, wait. You said penetration?
I
have
did.
to follow that
Sorry.
one up.
Wait, we need some Charnice in there.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Shelly
go.
must be so confused right now.
You got
She's
7
making the face.
She's making that face.
But butt rock.
But
But
Yeah, you guys are trying to do some real classical conditioning here.
yeah.
Would you like to ring a bell every time as well?
yeah, Pavlovian responses are pretty
Mhm.
good over here.
You figured it out.
Okay,
Right,
so
so
Moira.
Moira's Karianen, especially
White
with the
one.
wigs and the hair.
Ooh, yeah.
No, like in spite of her, she might be more on the Savannah side of fashion, but I feel like she would be a wise one because she is always trying to help people, always trying to do things like organize stuff to the benefits of the community around her. So she is a wise one. She's definitely not a maiden.
Interesting, because I disagree because I believe her motivations are always self-centered. You know, they're always focused internally and that sort of thing.
She's a wise one.
I stand by Karianen. She's sneaky. I think that's the other thing. She plays the game of houses.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you debate about that for a hot second. I got to dash for just 1 nanosecond. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Bye. I'll miss you. Okay. So if Moira Rose were Shido Wise One, would she have participated in the killing of the wise one? I forget whoever was taken out. Would she have been a part of that? What do you think?
I think she would have been distasteful about it. But I don't think she would have actively participated, but she would have allowed it to go on.
I don't know. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she goes with the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Like she doesn't seem like a conformist to me. Like she doesn't seem like someone who would see Savannah, you know, like kind of solidifying her power and not speak out against her, because she herself would want to be Savannah, right? Like she would want to be.
Well, and that would be the interesting take.
The most revered of wise ones, but she would find some way to do it that would be, I don't know, less violent, more creative, artistic, yeah, like beautification. Like she would find a way to make all. You okay over there, Bain&Chiad?
Yeah, I just lost my microphone.
I'm actually now just picturing Moira Rose.
I mean, we had to have a tech issue.
Yeah, we could have one. I'm picturing Moira Rose putting on a production of like Rent in the Waste.
Yeah.
That seems like something she would do in the hold.
She'd be like, "Take me out tonight." Yeah.
And do a really bad music video for it.
Yeah. Now that Rob is gone, I have all the power, so I can like do whatever I want. Look.
Yes, Bud Rock.
Nice.
Oh, I can put up Alana. Look at we got Alana.
There we
here.
go.
Yes.
I was hoping we were going to get some of these memes at some point tonight.
Yeah,
I'm just all fan created memes or.
Okay, which character in Schitt's Creek would most likely for you be an Aes Sedai? Bain&Chiad, go.
Which character would be most likely an Aes Sedai? Oh, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I know we just talked about her, but I guess the only one I can think of is Moira being an Aes Sedai. I could see her doing that, the scheming and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
How about you, Rob?
Moira, yeah. Good call. Oh, actually, no, I'm going with Jessica Sedai. Twyla.
Yeah.
See, I was waiting for someone to pop in with Twyla, right?
And yeah, Beth got there too with it as well. So yes.
Yeah.
Twyla.
Twyla is the hostess at the restaurant.
Yes.
Yes.
Who
is
has
also
$1,000 or whatever.
Fun side note. So although obviously
spoilers.
No, this is not spoilers. This is just like background information. So obviously Dan, Eugene and Dan Levy, who play Johnny and David, are father and son. Twyla is actually, Eugene's daughter, Dan's sister, but does not play Alexis. Does not play the sister in the show. So yeah, if you didn't know that. But,
and they're all Canadian.
It's true, which is why the show was so good, right, Shelly? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other Aes Sedai stands for Schitt's Creek characters?
No, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm running out of steam.
I think
I know. I'm getting sleepy.
I feel like we do need to wrap it up, folks, to be honest. So
2.5 hours. Our longest show.
This is definitely our longest show.
You're right. 2.5. Jeez.
What we have learned from this is that we start the party sooner when we get to a year. So when we get to a year, we start at 8 o'clock Eastern, not 9 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah, because then we can party properly. So, but that's
I think we did all right.
We did great. This has been a lot of fun.
This down.
No, I'm not. No, not at all. I was just like, then we can do more partying, is what I'm saying.
So I think we should thank the Foldies for hanging out with us. We kind of just wanted to have a party tonight, and we're so glad you guys could make it.
You're the best, Foldies.
Yeah, you are the best. Aiel, it's been so lovely to have you on the screen again. I hope I don't want to pressure you, but I hope it's not too rare.
We missed you.
We've
missed you guys.
Yeah.
So, and even like, look, I throw the link in chat every week, obviously, for everyone to join in. So if you're like, do you know what? It's last second and I haven't been involved in anything this week we've discussed about, but I'm at home and I feel like hopping on for half an hour, just go in the group chat, hop in the link and just appear. And we'd be like, yay! If you feel like it. So
perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, as Shelly said, thank you. I want to thank all of you personally, because I just wanted to do another show, and I woke up the next day and I found something that has made my content creation so special with all of you. This is a highlight and a joy of my week every week. And that was last night's appearance of the Wheel Reads. I didn't appreciate it. I did appreciate it, but I didn't appreciate fully until I saw the experience as another guest. And I saw Mel and Shelly and Bain&Chiad just talking about things and being supportive and inclusive and, doing the things we do on this show all the time. But I got to sit back and be like, I don't have to watch chat, or I don't have to watch this, or I don't have to keep an eye on the time. I can just enjoy the experience. And it made me appreciate this awesome group that we've pulled together here. And I want to say thank you for the last 6 months, because it has been a real game changer for me. And I gladly and happily miss sleep to do this every week. And I'm gutted that I can't be here next week. And, I look forward to a numerous amount of more shows and I can't wait to see you all in person at JordanCon. So I want to finish off saying that. So to you, my
cheers,
co-host.
Cheers.
But yeah. And to the Foldies, because, they're awesome.
Oh,
we love you.
Love you, Foldies.
I'm still not sure. I say Foldies and I'm like, hey, Foldies, but I'm still not sure about Foldies. It's been 6 months and I'm still like,
I feel like
it's kind of stuck. So
yeah, it has stuck.
I feel like we're committed now.
We can't go back.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And we'll have something special for you at JordanCon.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big party at JordanCon. So yeah,
for many reasons.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has anything to add, I think we're gonna finish it up there. So all right. Here's another 6 months, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. And until next week, may you always find water and shade, folks. So, bye.
Bye.